Take your time looking about. Plenty of wonderful books to stoke a curious mind like yours.
Now I can conjure a breeding pen in the room. Best get back to Deke with the Thestrals.
Nothing like finding just the right thing, is there?
My father always told me.
Protego! I've rescued...
Deke never grows tired of the room's surprises. We now have the perfect place for those Thestrals. Please let Deke know once you've bred them.
Professor, we... I'd like...
Oh, so...
Of course, you needn't keep this style if you don't like.
Thank you, Professor.
Indeed. No. An even big... The room equips itself to your needs. It must have...
Thank you, Professor.
Welcome back.
Hello, Professor. I have news. The goblins are looking for something. Another repository. They've built drills to help with their search.
Most troubling.
Are these repositories like the broken container I found at Rookwood Castle?
They are. I fear we have no time to lose. Have a look at the map. Fortunately, the next trial is fairly nearby.
It's Hogwarts.
As you know, I was headmistress in my time. My portrait hangs in the headmaster's office. In fact, I witnessed Professor Black learn of your arrival. And I'll confess that I wondered about you.
Wait, is the next trial in the headmaster's office?
It is. I had hoped that when the time came, the occupant of that office would be of help to us. Unfortunately, this headmaster seems wildly unconcerned with anything but himself. You'll need to access the office while he's away.
I understand.
Good. I shall...
How will I gain access to the headmaster's office? I hope I... Professor Fig! The Keepers have shown me where the next trial... Believe it or not, it... So how do you already have Polyjuice Potion to change into...
One never knows when such a thing may come in handy. Let's just say I felt the need to be prepared. Now, time is of the essence. Drink up and I shall explain more. How do you feel?
Incredible. I won't forget that taste anytime soon. How do I sound?
Convincing. I've taken the liberty of transfiguring your robes. As we discussed, you'll need the password from Scrope, who could be anywhere in the castle. You might look for Professor Kagawa. She's taken to badgering the poor elf about Quidditch in the hopes that he can convince Black to change his mind. Thus far, unsuccessfully.
I see. But what if Professor Black sees me?
Leave him to me. I shall tell him where to meet a liaison from the Ministry in Hogsmeade. That should give you plenty of time.
Thank you, Professor. I suppose we'll meet again in the map chamber.
It's rather strange to hear gratitude coming from Professor Black. I'll see you there.
Now to find the headmaster's house elf.
Do you have a moment, Professor? Professor, I was hoping to catch you.
Places to be, Professor Sharp. Places to be.
Of course, sir. Only... you'd asked me about a particular potion, and I
did? I did, yes. Well, spit it out, Sharp. I don't have all day.
Probably best not to discuss it.
I assure you, Sharp.
Very well. I've brewed the cure for boils you wanted. I can drop it by your office when it's...
Of course, yes. No need for all the cloak and dagger. Simply have a student deliver it.
A student. Very well, sir, if you insist.
I do. And thank you, Sharp. I just hope...
Now, to determine which student...
Greetings! I mean, out of my way, children. If you must speak with me, consult my secretaries or what have you.
I thought I heard the headmaster approaching.
Gareth! Mr. Weasley, what are you doing here? Don't you have, somewhere to be?
Oh, Professor, yes, of course.
I'm looking for my house elf. Surely you...
Ah, the little one-eared fellow.
I hear you're getting quite good at those concoctions you... I say, why don't you bring a sample of your next batch to my office? I'd like to give it a try.
What? Yes, sir. I will. Thank you, sir.
On your way, Mr. Weasley.
Oh, there's one for my diary.
When I witness what passes for magic in these halls, I simply mourn for the future.
Professor Black, how are you, sir?
Mr. Gaunt, where do you think you're going?
I beg your pardon, sir. I'm simply on my way outside.
Taking the day off, eh? Typical student, wasting...
I have to write 20 inches on Dittany and its uses. Was heading to the greenhouse.
Ah, yes! Mixed with bubo tuber pus makes a fine mustache paste. Yes, mustache paste.
Are you feeling all right, sir? You don't seem...
I assure you, I am quite... Stand proud.
Something is very wrong.
Professor, a word? Professor Black, again. We could still have trials and a somewhat shortened...
But the injury, Madam Kogawa.
Professor, more than one student has taken a bludger to the head on... And they're fine now. The fact that it...
What nonsense!
A silly game. I've a good mind to write to the Department of Magical Games and Sports at the Ministry.
Good idea. I can even provide the parchment should you need it. Now, where is my elf? I wonder what...
What did we do to deserve him as a headmaster?
Chewing with your mouth open? Where are your manners?
away from me! You've made your point! May we talk about this?
Madam Scrivener.
It's the headmaster, and he's coming this way.
Miss Broom, a word.
Oh, Professor, this is an interesting surprise. It's Bloom, by the way.
Remind me of your area of affinity, Broom. OWLs are swift approaching.
Charms, sir. Non-verbal spells. Might work on one that makes me disappear.
Well, keep at it, Broom. And before you know it, you'll be as invisible as that new fifth year seems to be.
They're not invisible. I mean, I've seen them about. I mean, yes, sir.
Speaking of invisible, where's my blasted house elf?
Something seems a little off with the headmaster.
I haven't time for any of you at the moment. None. None at all. Move aside.
Professor, a word, please. Hello, Professor Black.
Ah, Professor Weasley.
Sir?
Since I have you here, I wonder if I might,
Oh.
I've decided to give him a bit more, leeway with his time.
Leeway, Professor? Are you sure that's wise?
I realize that, and I'd like to keep it that way.
I see. But, sir, if I may, I've heard unsettling rumors of their escapades. Everything to confronting Ranrock's loyalists.
What? Goodness. You cannot believe everything you hear. I mean, I shall keep an eye on Fig. You simply keep doing the wonder...
Good.
Good. That'll be all.
A wonderful job. Leeway for Professor Fig. I shall never...
That ought to give Professor Fig some breathing room.
Professor Black is happy with Scrope's performance as his house elf.
Scrope!
Oh, greetings, Master.
Remind me of the password.
Oh, but Master made Scrope's...
How dare you question me?
Yes, sir. It is the Black family motto.
Right.
Master does remember.
Of course I remember.
Is Master giving Scrope a
But certainly I remember. It's pure bloods forever, isn't it?
Close, Master. Scrope thinks Master is indeed testing Scrope.
It is... Obviously.
And, of course, as Master knows, in French.
Yes.
Oh, but Master knows that Scrope's French is most pitiful. Oh, very well. Toujours pur.
Ha!
Of course, sir. Scrope shall try his best to keep...
Attention! The polyjuice potion's wearing off. I best get out of sight. Made it just in time. It's wearing off.
Fig was right. I can't believe it worked. Now to speak the password to the gargoyle.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones. The gargoyle. That's where I need to speak the password. Toujours pur. Revelio. I wonder if all the elite wizarding families have a motto. Descendo. Revelio.
It's good to see you.
All thanks to Professor Fig's quick...
Approach the pedestal in the antechamber.
I suspect... Has this been under the headmaster's nose all this time? That must be the pedestal. Where am I? Professor Fitzgerald? Can you hear me?
I am here. In this place, you may call me Neve. You shall be witness to a fable. Pay attention. Things are not always as they seem. You must move swiftly and cautiously. Use the tools you encounter to find me. The first you will need is a cloak. In this place, as in life, death takes many forms. Avoid each of them at all costs.
I should have run when I could. I'd be free by now.
This is my chance. I'm coming, Neve. I need to time this just right. I see. A staircase straight ahead. A ladder. Perhaps they won't be able to find me if I go up there. I'd best move while I can. Neve must be here somewhere. Too many. I must cross this road as fast as I can. That's where I need to go, but I need to find a way past them. Nothing this way, but more danger. There must be another way to find you. I need to turn back. There's no getting past them that way. That doorway looks like the only safe way forward. Closed tight. No way but forward, I suppose. Now's my chance. That's the way forward. I think I'm invisible. They can't see me at all. I can get closer to them. This is the way forward. Finally free. Now where are you, Neve?
You have outrun death thus far, but have yet to find me. Keep searching, but this time you will be unable to hide. Wield the wand you see before you. Do not squander its extraordinary power.
I've never felt such power.
Bombarda!
Descendo! Descendo! Protego! Defendo!
Bombarda! Bombarda!
Defender!
Bombarda. Defender. Descendo. Stone. This must be for me.
You are far from finished. Pass through the mourners ahead. Nothing.
She's gone.
Oh, poor Neve. Gone so young.
Neve. We won't be the same without her.
You found me, but you cannot undo what has been done. The magic of the stone can only conjure a shadow of my former self. But there is no light without shadow, as there is no shadow without light. Simply because you can eliminate darkness does not always mean that you should. Remember that as you witness my memory.
Isadora, what you did for your father was remarkable.
Wasn't it? And Percival needn't worry about the strands of emotion or the traces that this magic leaves. I found a way to contain all of it.
You haven't stopped.
Goblin Silver.
You spoke to a goblin about this.
Don't worry, he has no idea what we're containing.
We don't know what effect any of this may have. The emotions, the dark traits.
You sound like Percival. And as it happens, I do know. It is a source of strength, of focus. Somehow it enhances my ability to wield magic.
I don't follow, Isadora.
I think we can harness it.
Power like this is not to be toyed with. In the wrong hands,
you saw what I did for my father. Oh, Neve, imagine the good we could do. Everyone is in some kind of pain.
What are you doing?
Breathe it in. Can you feel it?
Oh, Isadora. This must stop. All of it.
You've kept this power to yourselves for so long because you fear it. I choose to embrace it.
Is it true? Has someone completed the first 3 trials?
It is, and I have.
But...
Young? I know.
I am.
Pleased to meet...
She was.
I found it disturbing. But how did she gain...
It was disturbing. Although, I hesitate to reveal the location of my pensive to someone who, perhaps, has yet to
I can assure you, Professor, I do. He has learned to harness...
I see. I shall require time to confer with the...
It seems we have no choice but to wait. I heard what you told Professor Bakar. Isadora was inhaling emotions to gain power?
She was. And she pulled emotions, as she did from her father, from Professor Fitzgerald, without...
Monstrous.
What?
The repositories.
Possibly. There's something I did...
5 names. The Keepers, and who else? Isadora Morganac?
Precisely. That's how he's been one step ahead of us. Gringotts, the Tower...
If the Keepers won't tell you where the next trial is yet, I say we at least maintain a watch on Ranrock.
Perhaps. I hope to hear from Lodgok soon. Oh, and as you've probably guessed by now, your polyjuice plan worked like a charm.
I knew it would. I may have done too good a job distracting Black.
I shouldn't have reacted so bitterly about your goblin friend. I apologize. I hope we can finish what we started with the triptych. Please meet me at the southern coast. We can search for the final canvas piece.